Well, I think ransomware gangs like REvil have just recognized that they can be a lot more efficient with their time if they go to attack companies that are a part of other people's digital supply chain. And that's exactly why you see them go towards organizations like Kaseya, or why you saw the Russians previously target SolarWinds. Those are trusted applications and they're ran on a lot of other companies' networks. So it's a great inject point. So Kaseya is a technology provider that largely sells its software to what are called managed security providers. These managed security providers are effectively part of an outsourced IT department for many companies, big companies and small companies. This is why you saw Co-op, one of the largest grocery chains in Europe, right, a huge part of the Swedish economy, impacted negatively with all of its point of sale systems down. That's why we saw pharmacies go down in the same country. We saw state-owned railways not being able to issue tickets. Those things all come from effectively a managed security relationship where that MSP is using Kaseya software. And that's part of why you have this one-to-many attack. By compromising Kaseya's products, you could take over these managed security outsourced IT providers, and then those outsourced IT providers run with a lot of authority, so you could actually use the Kaseya software to broadcast ransomware. So REvil is really an affiliate group, and remember the core part of REvil is really the folks that maintain the core ransomware engine, really the encryptors and decryption scheme, and they use affiliates that actually can effectively license that to go out and take advantage of these other weak and vulnerable corporations. So I think the reality is you're seeing the affiliate network grow because people are making a lot of money on it, while a relatively small group of people are ultimately kind of behind the scenes managing the core tech. We haven't seen any direct evidence that's been released by officials that specifically link REvil or these other groups to active sponsorship. But I think on the spectrum of toleration to active sponsorship, it's clear that these organizations are acting with impunity, largely from in organizations and places that are really within the reach and control of the Russian state. Ransomware is a global problem, but it disproportionately impacts companies that are not in former Soviet Union or Russia. A big part of the supply chain is there. Remember, there are still ransomware groups that operate out of other parts of the world, and in fact, there are affiliates that operate as part of REvil and other groups that are not just exclusively linked to those territories, but the preponderance of activity that we've seen is undoubtedly linked to some folks affiliated with elements within, Putin's control. One of the things that we've got to see the administration do is double down on breach disclosure and notification laws, certainly here in the United States. The best thing we can do is make sure the full scope of this problem is in the open. Many, in fact, the majority of ransomware events don't get disclosed. And that's part of what has allowed this robust network of criminal organizations to grow.